Which is scarier? Knowing when your time will come, or never knowing at all? Life is a game we all play, but the stakes, they're not always clear until they are. And sometimes the ultimate price isn't paid in dollars, but in seconds.
It's time to wake.
Consider, if you will, the life of a man, a street vendor by trade, a comedian, a dreamer by design. He lives on the fringes of ambition, peddling trinkets to children with a smile that carries more weight than his wares. But tonight, the final sale of his life will not be made in coins or bills. It will be made in time. For Mr. Bookman is about to meet his match in a realm we call the Twilight Zone.
If I could save time in a bottle, the first thing that I'd like to do is to save every day till eternity passes.
For the next 60 minutes may just be your last. He may come to chase you, so you must be very fast.
I could make days last forever.
Those who are to accompany me can see me. Now, don't you think you'd better start making your arrangements?
Arrangements for what?
For your departure.
Lew Bookman, the pitchman of the street, a figure who is as much as part of the neighbourhood as the asphalt beneath his feet. He's not a man of great wealth or influence, but one who exists in the ebb and flow of daily life. His days are spent selling small wares, charming children, and evading life's deeper complexities. He is content with his humble place in this world, or at least he thinks he is. At first glance, Lew appears to embody the everyday man, the amiable, almost harmless soul, whose happiness depends on nothing more than the warmth of his community. But in the stark, black and white world of the Twilight Zone, nothing is as innocent as it appears, and in Lew's case, nothing will ever be the same again after he meets the enigmatic Mr. Death. Enter Mr. Death, a character as strange as the concept he represents. Played by Murray Hamilton, Death in One for the Angels is neither cruel nor sympathetic. He's a cosmic administrator, here to do a job that must be done. His job is simple. Lew has run out of time. Serling's depiction of Death in this episode is notable for its neutrality. Unlike the typical Grim Reaper who is shrouded in darkness, Mr. Death is rather calm and collected, as if he was simply fulfilling an administrative task. In this, we see a reflection of Serling's philosophy and fate and the human condition. Life is not inherently fair or unfair, it is simply is, and sometimes we must confront the finality of our own mortality.
Death is a commingling of eternity with time. In the death of a good man, eternity is seen looking through time.
existed beyond the edges of time, slipping through doorways both seen and unseen, always punctual, always inevitable. Never late, never early, just there. And yet, tonight, I was late. Imagine that. Mr. Outmaneuvered by a pitchman with a silver tongue and a heart too big for his own good. I should be offended, I suppose, but in my line of work, there is little room for pride. Only patience, only certainty. I came for one soul and left with another, and in the end, the balance remains. He bartered time, wove words into a tapestry so grand, so irresistible, that even I, who has heard every plea, every excuse, every desperate bargain, paused. And that is where he won, isn't it? Not in deception, not in defiance, but in purpose, the great salesman's final pitch, not for wealth, not for vanity, but for a life, a true masterpiece, a rare thing, a true artist, even rarer, one who knows when to take a bow. Come along now, Mr. Bookman. You have an appointment to keep, and this time, I do believe you've earned your wings.